Hello everybody and welcome to the Friday Wrap for today, March 27th, 2015. How you doing? How's your week? Hope you had a fantastic week. I know I did. A little bit more of a relaxed Friday Wrap and just feeling a little bit more, maybe because I just took a shower, maybe because I meditated for 17 hours straight, maybe because I'm just a little tired. Could be any of those, you decide. But we're going to be chatting a little bit today. No real topics on hand. I did go through some of the comments from last video because I said I would for some topics to discuss. And there are some things I want to talk about, but no like rigid list of things that I want to talk about. Just finished recording EU4 with Ryan, Arumba, and Quill. It was really fun. I think you guys are going to enjoy this week's video. There should be no breaks in the videos for the next few weeks, so you can be excited about that. You should be solid there for a while. I apologize because last week it was my fault that there was a break. I ended up getting really busy the day before we were supposed to be recording, and then Friday, Saturday ended up being very difficult for me to do much outside of my normal work schedule, and I was supposed to do Don't Starve Together earlier than it actually ended up getting done, but it got done, obviously, just a little bit later, and we'll be back to recording that hopefully in the next few days. And it's just been very hectic for me in real life. I'm gonna move the mic a little closer. I'm enjoying this like leaning back experience that I've got going on. But yeah, it's been a fun week for me. A lot of cool things have been going down on the channel. And that's kind of, I think we'll talk about that first, I guess. So clearly, like I said, I'm trying out some new things on the channel. Most particularly, I'm trying out face cam on certain things. Not everything, but definitely on certain things. It's been an interesting thing. I mean, if you are a YouTuber of any type, you will always have the drive to do something new, whether it be a new game type, a new genre of game on your channel, maybe switch up the hardware, maybe switch up the software that you're using. And most of the time, it's very difficult for the viewer to notice a difference, especially if it's new software that I'm using to edit videos, which I've done plenty of times, or new hardware in the computer to make recording easier. Every once in a while, the new hardware or software, you'll notice a little bit if my voice changes a little bit. So maybe like it's a little louder than usual or quieter than usual. It's just me kind of messing around with things, trying to get it back to where I want it, a nice even keel. But something like Facecam, which I've had the equipment to do for quite a while, is a lot more noticeable and therefore is going to draw a lot more attention via comments, Twitter responses, Ask FM stuff. And I was a little nervous going into it, not going to lie. I basically said, if it doesn't work out, we'll just go back to normal. But I want to give it a shot. I mean, I have the equipment for it, and I want to see how it goes over on the channel. The first thing I noticed before it even went live is how much extra work. I got the hiccups real bad right now. How much extra work Facecam ends up being. I didn't expect it to be so much more work, but it's a lot more work. Outside of, you know, making sure your hair is good and everything, we're talking about getting the video feed off of my camcorder onto my PC, getting the audio to match the audio from that, and then sync the audio from my camcorder to match the audio from my personal vocals, then taking that, once those are matched, and then syncing that up with the gameplay, editing out the dead bits, editing out the ending bits that are just me turning off the camera and stuff, are all very small steps, but there's a lot more of them, especially the first part. There's a lot more steps there that add another 20 minutes to my editing process, easy, than what it would be if it was just gameplay and my voice. And it was interesting because I said it's a lot of work, a lot more work. You know, 20 minutes isn't that bad, 15, 20 minutes, but when you put that over, you know, 2, 3 extra videos a day, it adds up. It adds up a lot. So there is that. So I noticed that right away. And then I was like, all right, we'll see how it goes, because there is a little bit of extra work that's going to definitely make the editing process a little bit more tiresome for me. We'll see what the response is, and then, you know, if it's neutral to bad, no big deal. I can just take it out and nothing's changed, right? But if it's good or better, then we'll see. We'll stick it out for a little bit more, do a few more things with it, and we'll go from there. And what ended up happening was something that surprised me. Obviously, there were people that are very against it, right? There are people who think it's a sellout move, which is really weird because I'm not getting any money for it. It's stupid. It's bringing it down to the least common denominator. A lot of people are saying, why are you doing it? It adds nothing. But then there are the other people who adore it, and I mean they really like it. Outside of the people who tweet me and say they like it, the comments that say they like it, the Ask FMs that say they like it, which grossly outnumber the people who don't like it. then I have the numbers that prove all the other as well. I mean, that's one of the big indications of success on YouTube, whether one thing you're trying to do is good or bad. It depends on how many people are watching it. And if the numbers are up and they stay up, then it's a good thing. If the numbers are down, then it's a bad thing. It's very, very simple. I mean, it just tells me how many people are watching, how many people are not. And the numbers are up pretty drastically. Likes are up, views are up on all the Facecam stuff. Even something that was as kind of interesting and difficult to watch as Hotline Miami, the numbers are still higher than I expected for that. And it's interesting to watch that because, again, there are the people who shout and say they don't like it. And, it's, you know, I'm not going to be able to produce... I'm not going to be able to appease everybody. It's just impossible. But the good outweighs the bad as far as I'm concerned when it comes to Facecam so far. And most people seem to like it. I've been asking what made me want it. I love it. You know, I got an ask the other day that said that they adored it and they were curious why I wanted to. And honestly, it was just a whimsical thing that I wanted to try. I ended up picking up the equipment for Facecam stuff during the Halloween scene when I wanted to do a little bit more horror stuff in October. And now I have it sitting here and I'm not using it. I wanted just to use it and to make good use of it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using it, and the response, like I said, is top notch. People really, really enjoy it. And if you're one of the people who don't enjoy it, I do apologize. I know that's not for everybody, and if it causes you to leave the channel, sincerely thank you for everything you've done so far, for sticking around. But the thing that I think is the most important is that my personality hasn't changed when I record. Instead, now you just get to see my face, and if there's like a major reaction or something, that's part of the fun, and being able to see that reaction honestly allows me to connect with you guys, the viewers, more. Doing the research and you know, before really going after this, I was like, what is the merits of Facecam? Why is it such a popular thing, and why do people do it? And the reality is, it allows for people, the viewer, to connect with me more. They see me. It's like they're there with me, and that's the idea. I want to feel like I'm there with you playing games. Some people hate it, but most people like it. So for that reason, it's going to stick. It also took me a little while to find the perfect dimensions of which where I wanted to keep the camera and like what size I did. I think I finally found like the perfect dimensions for it, and I'll be keeping it there. But yeah, there will be a lot more of it in the future. And we'll see where it ends up going and what series I end up using it on. But for now, I think it's a good thing. I think there's no downside to it, really. I mean, it blocks up a little bit of the corner of the screen, but the size of the camera is not that big. I'm not changing how I commentate. Now you just get to see me commentate, and that's not it, you know? It's a little bit more extra work for a generally more positive response from you guys, and I'm totally for pleasing you as the viewer and making sure you guys are happy, pleasing you. You know what I'm saying. But that's that. That was a little bit of a rant. Not a rant, but a little bit of an explanation as to why I'm trying what I'm trying. Other than that, normal things are going on the channel. I do like to try and keep one horror series on the channel because I've been having fun with horror games, and again, it's more of me trying to kind of branch out and try new things as time goes on. Don't Starve Together. We've got one more episode going live tomorrow before we're going to be taking 2 days off before we get together to record some more. So hang tight with that. Escapist, I'm not surprised is doing well. I'm happy to be playing it again. San Pancho Prison is easily way more fun than Iron Gate. Maybe I'll tackle Iron Gate one day, but it was just so boring. I didn't want to do it anymore. And of course, Subnautica is fantastic. People love it. I do want to try and finish Hotline Miami 2. I don't know if I'm near the end or not. I might check, like, Google it and see how far I am from the ending, because I do want to finish it and not leave it unfinished and have some fun with it. And then we can go head first into other things. Cities Skylines, I'm taking a break on. I don't know if I'm going to go back to it and keep recording or not, or it could just be done. Not a lot of demand for it, and a lot of what I'm doing right now is just kind of weighing the pros and cons of doing certain things. And if not a lot of people are watching, then I don't really want to keep doing it. And outside of that, we will return to White Knight at some point. And yes, I will go back to the forest again at some point and have some fun with the forest. But, you know, things on the channel are... like, everything I have going right now is doing very well. You guys are enjoying it a lot. You're watching it. And, like I said, the numbers for it are nothing short of fantastic. So your support the past few days has been super awesome. And I'm happy to have it again. And we'll be going back into having some fun with it soon enough. So I'm actually going to get right to recording right now. So thank you guys for spending time with me, and enjoy your Friday. And I hope you have a fantastic weekend and the rest of your week. And as always... I'll see you next Friday. Bye-bye.